Hello, my friends. Jackson here with Dr. Rachel Wallach at Oaks Veterinary Urgent Care in Agora Hills, California. We are here today to take your questions so that you're not asking me veterinary questions that'll just get me in trouble. What questions you would like to hear a vet answer? I will just start with one that is asked by a lot of folks, but it's variations of I have a cat who is totally up to date on their shots and is indoors only, never goes outside. Do I still have to bring them into the vet every year?
Yes.
And
And yes.
next time we'll talk about
And that is it.
yes.
So I think it's important to make a differentiation between being up to date on vaccines and not going outside with disease.
Right.
You can still have diseases that happen or become sick that have nothing to do with you not leaving the house or you having your vaccines for a specific set of these diseases.
Right.
So I think that's a confusing thing to a lot of people. Things that we see develop over time, heart disease, kidney disease, thyroid, lots of different things. Those things can happen no matter the environment that your cat's in. The only way to determine whether those diseases are going on or developing is through examination. I actually, in an ideal world, would have every 3-month checkups, but it's not an ideal world.
Yeah.
So at least yearly, if you can, not skimping on the blood work.
And do you see, by the way, that a lot of times that blood work might not be offered at first because as a vet, you're expecting someone to say that's a lot of money or whatever. I mean, are you
I do
expecting?
get a lot of fight about it. It's definitely something when I am examining a younger animal, I do get a lot of pushback on, well, he's only one. But also,
Yeah.
there are a lot of things that we can find out from a 1-year-old. Or we can also have a baseline and trend.
Such a good point. Having that roadmap to your animal's health is really, it's a great point. And I think we would hear that a lot. Yeah, but my cat's only one, my cat's only two. You start to think that until they start to have their senior wellness exams, that's the only time that you really need to come in every year. But if you had your way, seniors would be coming in more than every year.
Everybody would be coming in 4 times a year at least. But that reverts back to the conversation on pet insurance,
Yeah.
which means, okay, let's say you can't afford your wellness panel, but in the middle of the year, your pet is unwell, go to the vet, get blood work. At least you have a blood work panel there. It's reimbursed by pet insurance, and you have something to track.
That's a nugget. That's a nugget. So that means if for anyone out there who hasn't seen, obviously we're gonna have to put this out after the insurance one. If you, well, I'm just saying, if you haven't seen our insurance video, you should go watch that right now.
You'll take your pet to the vet. You will get the care that they need. You'll submit your bill to insurance, and insurance will contact us for the medical record, and then insurance will pay you back.
Right.
So it means that pets get care. It means that you get your money back. And it means that veterinarians get paid.
Don't forget, material like this doesn't just come out of thin air. It takes money to make videos, believe it or not. So what helps us a ton is if you like the video, if you comment under these videos, comments help us a lot too, keeps us relevant in the YouTube world, and is a great way to say, you know what, Jackson, Rachel, thank you for what you're doing. I hear a lot of different things about fecal exams, that fecals are not good unless the poop got refrigerated or whether it's within the first couple of hours. Is that true?
So the best way to collect it is as fresh as possible and to keep in the fridge until you can take to the vet. I know most people probably don't want to keep poop in the fridge, so
Yeah. You guys are past that. Come on.
we have a garage fridge. I don't know what age our child will be old enough to start telling people what's in the garage fridge and freezer, and I worry. But the point is, if you can refrigerate it, it should last a few days.
A few days.
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing we were mentioning before we started rolling here was we were talking about the discrepancy in terms of cat people who bring their cats in for their yearly work versus dogs. It's pretty well known that dogs go to see the vet for their yearlies more than cats do.
We are seeing a lot of cat owners, and I think part of it is I think there's a knowledge that we are a cat-friendly place.
Yeah. I mean, I think that speaks to what you might be thinking in terms of bringing your cat in and what some studies have shown, which is that cat people think that they're torturing their animals by bringing them to the vet because that's the one time where cats are definitely the squeakier wheel than the dogs when you bring them into the vet. A lot of that might have to do with the fact that your cat is just hating their carrier. So a couple things to that end. Rachel's big one, which is
Please get a carrier that top loads, or that opens easily, a hard-sided carrier if possible,
yeah.
and one that we can take a cat out easily from the top. I don't like having to reach into a little box with a cat who's swiping at me because they're scared and then try to have to coax them out.
Yeah.
It's very hard. It's very stressful.
Right.
The other thing too is talking to your vet about giving your cat gabapentin or something along those lines prior to coming to the
Yeah.
vet. I know for me, if my cat's not stressed, I am much less stressed. Now, that being said, those prescriptions you have to have been seen by a vet in order to
Right,
get.
right.
So there's that sort of chicken
So
and
that's
egg.
one of those things that, like, if they came in the first time and they're stressed out, that's something that you would talk about with, yeah.
Absolutely.
To that end, another thing that you can do to better ensure that your cat doesn't hate their carrier is if the only time you use that carrier is when you're
Yeah.
going to the vet, then they have all the reason in the world to not like their carrier. No offense, of course.
No.
But I mean, that you would want to work with your cat to make it a good place, to make it a place where they want to go to. It becomes sort of their safe room. There is a video that I've made on that, and I'll put the link for that in the description. But think about that one thing. If you're not bringing your cat into the vet just because they don't like coming in, we're both offering things here that can chill that whole thing out a little bit and not become a reason why you don't bring your cat in every year. Also, what about video? I mean, does it help you at all, especially with cats, because you're
Yes.
not going to see them walk around? Yeah. Okay. I was just hedging my bets there, but it for me, as someone who just works with your cat's behavior, oftentimes these two things are hand in hand. If your cat is experiencing pain when they're walking or going up and down the stairs or something like that, might be a reason why they're not using the litter box. If I see video, it makes things so much better. Remember, she's not going to see your cat walking around the house, so video is a good thing.
Video is a great thing. And it's not even just for pain, like a seizure-like episode,
No, totally.
coughing, sneezing, puking. I have a whole collection of photos that one day will be a coffee table book of my animals' bodily fluids.
Yeah.
But, having those things, helps me because I can hear a cough and I can be like, that is a tracheal cough.
Right.
Versus I can hear a cough and be like, that is kennel cough. But at least it gives me an idea so that if you send me a video and you're all panicked that your dog can't breathe, and I'm like, actually, that's a reverse sneeze.
Right.
Then I can calm your fears and say, hey, your dog, it looks very scary, or or it sounds very scary, but it's actually X, and you're okay to wait until your primary care vet opens, or you're okay to try X, Y, and Z, or we should see you.
I can't tell you how many times an asthmatic cough, folks will think it's
Yeah.
a hairball you can't get up or
Right.
something like
It
that.
sounds like a hairball
It
a lot of
does.
times.
It
Yeah.
really does. And it would, if it weren't for the fact that my first cat who was asthmatic, I thought the same thing. I was like, he's trying to get up a hairball, and I'm giving him, what was it, Laxatone or whatever it was. And there was a website. In fact, I remember the name of the website. It was Fritz the Brave. The second I saw that video, it was one video they had on the homepage of that site. And I was like, that's it. That's the thing
Yeah.
that I'm seeing right
Yeah.
now. And if it weren't for that, we wouldn't have known. So just another little hint there. In the meantime, yes, bring your cats, your dogs, everybody, bring them into the vet every year. It is just the thing that you do.
Or get a vet to come to your house.
So there's that. House call vets. It's a thing, folks. It's a thing. Also, we would love to hear your questions. All you have to do is go to this right here address. I'll also put it down in the description as well. All right, guys. Again, thank you, Rachel. Can we do this again sometime?
Absolutely.
I mean, you're on camera now. You have to.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I mean,
Thanks to Dr. Rachel Wallach. Keep those questions coming in. We will hit them again. All light and all love and all mojo to you guys. Meow.